The original VA for Toph in ATLA has issued a PSA, a statement demanding that people stop sharing the leak and even stop talking about the leak. And on top of that, she also wants us to report anyone who's sharing the leak. And it's like, dude, I'm not going to be the personal internet police of Paramount, these corpos. Like, yeah, no thanks. Plus, Paramount and Nickelodeon combined have been screwing the fans over left and right when it comes to Avatar. First, this movie was set to release in around October 2025. Then they pushed it back to around the beginning of 2026. And then they decided, hey, you know what? We're not going to release it in theaters actually till late 2026 because instead we want to air it on Paramount Plus because they think they'll get more money out of us that way. They want us to go subscribe to Paramount Plus to watch this movie. On top of that, as you know, they screwed over the original VAs like her by not bringing them back and instead going down this full DEI approach where they want this authentic casting. So these people have been screwing the fans left and right. Meanwhile, the casting director, Jenny Ju, issued a statement saying that they were doing this for the fans, which is clearly nonsense and just overt gaslighting. And now we have Toph's original VA, Michaela Murphy, issuing this statement as mentioned, telling everyone that they need to stop. So here you go, take a look.
Stop talking about it and stop sharing things about it. I'm Michaela Jill Murphy, aka Jessie Flower, the original voice of Toph Beifong in the original Avatar: The Last Airbender series on Nickelodeon. And if you want to be respectful, and if you want to know how I feel, stop sharing it, stop consuming it, stop talking about it, and watch it when it comes out. That's what I'm doing. And if you want to respect the creators and respect the cast and respect me and respect the art, then stop sharing it and editing it and looking at it and commenting about it. So maybe just practice some discipline and patience. Flag videos where you see clips from it.
I'm cutting the clip a little early because this music starts popping in. Who knows if that's DMCA bot central or not. But look, ultimately, they're asking for more respect from us than they've ever given to us. And on top of not respecting us, they also want our money, as much of our money as they can possibly get. That's disrespect to us. So, like I said, sorry, but I'm not going to fall for the guilt trip. I'm grateful that the artists and animators that worked on this already got paid. This isn't affecting the money that they earned for working on this movie. They got paid. They got the money that they earned for their work. That's good. The suits are the ones that are going to be losing the most from this potentially. Now, the counter argument that I've seen people make is, well, if the suits are losing money, that means that they might not bring people back in the future. First of all, they'll surely factor in how the leak potentially is going to cause them to have lower Paramount Plus subscriptions and or lower ticket sales when this thing finally releases to theaters than they planned on. So that's the first point. The second point is we don't owe a perpetual duty to corporations in the hopes that they might hire people in the future. Like, let's be real for a second. That's a ridiculous standard to expect on us. You need to support the corporation because they might hire people. Dude, come on. But there is one more counter argument that I've seen, which was actually made by this person, Jewel, who worked on the ATLA movie, which reads, "We worked on the Aang movie for years with the expectation that we'd get to celebrate all of our hard work in theaters just to see people unceremoniously leak the film and pass our shots around on Twitter like candy. I don't like seeing people use Paramount's awful decision to remove the movie from theaters to justify leaking it. I totally understand folks not wanting to pay for/support Paramount, but pirating the movie after its release would have at least been better than this. This is incredibly disrespectful to all of the hard work the artists put in." Similarly, on Murphy's TikTok, there was a comment essentially saying it's not about respecting Paramount, it's about respecting the workers, to which Murphy, that once again being Toph's prior VA, gave that comment a heart, so she seems to agree. Going back to that animator Jewel had also retweeted multiple posts where users are saying that it's not about the money, it's about respecting the workers. So the stance from some of these people, including Murphy, seems to be that it's okay to not support Paramount and that it's not about the money. But that still doesn't explain how it's disrespecting the workers. People can still appreciate the work that went into the movie even if they are engaging with it through the leaks, and suggesting otherwise is actually a false equivalence. Furthermore, if they really just cared about the official release, well, Paramount kept pushing the official release back too, like I mentioned in the intro. So you would think that they would actually find it amusing how this ended up getting leaked and becoming karma for Paramount, so to speak. But instead, some of them are trying to guilt trip people. Now, I'm not saying that they should post statements laughing at Paramount or anything like that. Actually, I would imagine that they would just remain silent on the issue, which most of the workers do seem to be. Because the fact is, only a very few amount of them have actually issued statements about this stuff. So ultimately, if any of the artists, animators, sound designers, etc. are saddened by the leak, I do feel bad for them, but I'm skeptical that many of them truly do feel that way. I think most of them probably see this as Paramount getting what they deserved. And plus, like I said, people can still appreciate the work either way. And so far, the full theatrical release is still set to be a thing eventually. But let me know what you think about the latest, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Have a lovely weekend up ahead, and I'll see you in the next one.